Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Friday. Friday. If you would please do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up, share this video, no matter how or where you are watching this. We will be opening up the phone lines today so you can give me a call and tell me what you think. Now, personally, I don't think President Trump can be stopped. He has too much momentum behind him right now, and he's actually getting the ball rolling. But the Democrats, they're out to stop him. I'm like, we got to stop Trump. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to stop Trump? And let's talk about what Trump is currently doing. You know, with him doing Doge, he's actually finding a lot of the wasteful spending, a lot of the corruption, and he's stopping it. He's bringing that to an end. But all of the Democrats are saying that we have to stop Trump. Why would anybody want to stop the wasteful spending from coming to an end? I don't know. I'm really baffled on that. So that's why I want to open up the phone lines. 319-527-3453. Go ahead, give me a call. You call me and tell me why Trump should be stopped from removing the wasteful spending, finding the fraud, bringing it to an end, stopping the weaponization of the federal government, stopping the weaponization of the court system. Why do we want President Trump to stop doing any of that? So I'm really interested. I really want to know. I want to hear from you. Again, here's the phone number, 319-527-3453. If you're just listening, I'll say it again here in a minute so you can go ahead and get your pen and paper out. But if you're watching, you can see it right there. There's a number right there on the lower third at the bottom in the screen right here, 319-527-3453. Call me. Tell me, why should we want Trump to stop? I like what President Trump is doing. Actually, I think, was it last week or the week before, President Trump, he put a post out on True Social asking Elon Musk to get more aggressive in finding the fraud and the wasteful spending. And then there was news, actually, and my producer brought this up to me yesterday, that right before Joe Biden left, they actually created these NGOs so they can funnel, was it $350 million? Do you remember the number, Shannon? So they created these NGOs
20 billion.
Huh?
20 billion.
Oh, excuse me. I was way off.
Yeah.
I was way off. $20 billion. So they funneled this money to NGOs so then they would have access to that money, even though they're gone. I mean, really? But the Democrats want to stop President Trump from him stopping the wasteful spending and the fraud. Is this just NGOs? Do we know the name of the NGOs? Was that even reported?
I think they did report it, but on the clip I saw, they didn't say who they were. They said that they believe that these are friends of Biden, is what they're saying. They use NGOs to filter the money to associates, friends.
And how many
Biden.
Billions was it again?
20 billion.
$20 billion. And so I'm just kind of curious, do you think Amy Coney Barrett is going to side with the Democrats again and say, nope. Joe Biden, they created these NGOs right before he left out. And with $20 billion, you need to allow that to go too. You know, there's a lot of people upset with Amy Coney Barrett because apparently she sided with the Democrats about sending the money out from USAID. But that was $2 billion. That was $2 billion. I guess in the whole scheme of things, I mean, $2 billion to me is like, I can't even imagine it. But, you know, when you're talking about trillions of dollars, $2 billion going out is not a lot compared to everything else, especially, $2 billion. 20 billion, was that 10%? 10% of the 20 billion. So they're like, okay, that's just chump change for them, right? For the rest of us they're struggling, trying to make it every day. That is a lot of money. But I'm just kind of curious. Do you think, because, you know, the Democrats, they're all screaming it, Trump can be stopped. We got to stop him. Do you think Trump can be stopped? And why do you think they want to stop President Trump? I'd like to hear from you. And again, the phone line is open, 319-527-3453. If you want to give me a call and tell me why you think why you think the Democrats want to stop him. And, or do you think you might be someone who agrees with the Democrats? Call me and tell me why you think Trump should be stopped. I would love to hear from you. I really would. But so let me share this clip with you, because this is Hakeem Joffrey's. And, Hakeem Joffrey, he's constantly going his anti-American. He hates MAGA Republicans. He goes, MAGA extreme Republicans, really? And he's trying to come across like he's on top of it, or he's a nice guy. When Hakeem Joffrey first came on the scene and they were saying that he's going to replace Nancy Pelosi, I told everybody then, I said, Hakeem Joffrey is going to be 10 times worse than Nancy Pelosi. And some people said, well, I don't know if anybody can be worse than Nancy Pelosi. Now they're starting to see it. And if this dude if he ever becomes Speaker of the House, it's going to be so much damage happening. So much worse than Nancy Pelosi. These people are despicable. Well, split screen them. Listen to this. Listen to some of the stuff that he has to say here about our great president, Donald J. Trump.
This flood the zone strategy, understand clearly. The flood the zone strategy is designed to disorient people. I ain't going to be disoriented. Not going to be disoriented by it all. We have to push back with righteous indignation. But this whole flood the zone strategy is designed to create the appearance of inevitability. The notion that Donald Trump is unstoppable. He ain't unstoppable. Not a single bill connected to Trump's Project 2025 agenda has passed the House.
So, you know why President Trump's Project 2025 agenda has not passed the House? Do you know why?
I do.
Because President Trump doesn't have any Project 2025 agendas.
Exactly.
That's why. He's not going to put, he's coming out there saying President Trump's Project 2025 agenda has not passed the House because President Trump has not pushed any Project 2025 agendas. Now, you notice he didn't bring up President Trump with the no taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security, no taxes on, what was the other one? Tips, Social Security, and overtime.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about that. Did that not pass in the House, Shannon? Not yet, right?
Putting in the budget thing, I think.
Right. They put it in there, but did it not pass? It did pass in the House and went over to the Senate, to my understanding.
Well, they're probably saying because it hasn't gone all the way through yet.
But he just said the House.
Well, he's stupid.
He just said the House. But again, President Trump is not pushing anything through that was just related to Project 2025. And even during the campaign, President Trump constantly said that I have no association with Project 2025. And this dude, he did not get the memo. He's still saying the same rhetoric. Listen to him. Listen.
Because there's unified Democratic opposition.
They're not unified.
Not a single bill. We're almost halfway through the first 100 days. He doesn't have a single legislative accomplishment, but we're supposed to believe it's all inevitable. He's invincible. It's unstoppable. Show me the evidence. Hold on.
You know what? Someone started to bring up the fact that, President Trump is full steam ahead, and they are so angry. They're unified, of course. They're unified going to USAID. Remember, the Democrats were protesting there. They had a press conference and say, stop Elon, stop Trump, stop Elon. Because President Trump is making headways. Now, look, picture this way. See, they're expecting President Trump to go into office and do what every single other president, Republican or Democrat, in the past. And you know what that is? Try to push legislation to get them to go so they can go and fight about it and say, nope, we're not going to do it unless you add X, Y, Z. They do it every time. Well, President Trump took a different approach this time. President Trump went to the actual root cause of the corruption in the federal government. He's addressing one of the major issues. See, the Democrats, all they want to do is pass these bills where they constantly take money from us and put it into the woke programs that they're working on. That's all that they care about. They don't care about making things better for the American people. They most definitely don't care about making things better for the black community when they constantly saying that they're champion for the black community. And the only reason why he's there is because of DEI. That's the only reason why he's there. Other than that, they would have put someone else there like Nancy Pelosi, another Nancy Pelosi. They would have done that. But they had to do it to put him out there to be the face. But he's actually even worse than Nancy Pelosi. So it's more than just DEI. It's fitting because he's demonic. He really is. He has that demonic spirit in him.
In the courts.
Now, I want y'all to really pay attention to this part here. Because, see, this is what they constantly do. When they can't get what they want, when they can't do what they want to do, what do? They go to the court system. They've done this forever. Oh, they can't pass any laws. They can't get anything done. So what do? They're going to the courts to try to fight the president of the United States. But President Trump, he's fighting back. Listen to this real quick. And we're going to go to your phone calls, 319-527-3453. Call me and tell me what you think. Can Trump be stopped?
Hold on. In the courts, Donald Trump is not winning. He's losing. In case after case after case, more than 100 different cases have been filed against 35 or 40 different unlawful and unconstitutional executive orders. He's either winning or he's losing. What do the facts say? He's losing case after case after case by judges appointed by Democratic presidents and Republican presidents like Reagan, Bush, and Trump himself. As a matter of fact, there have been 2 cases now to go to the Supreme Court. Not 0, not 1, 2. And Donald Trump has lost both cases. One related to USAID and the other related to the Office of Special Counsel. Why is that Office of Special Counsel case important?
Let me stop it. Why do they have to run to the court system to stop Trump? Why do they have to run to the court system? Because they bringing up these fraudulent cases against President Trump. He has every right to stop this fraudulent funding from going out. He's the executive branch. These Democrats, they're doing overreach. They're creating a shadow government, which consists of all of these corrupt judges, and these corrupt judges bring up these lawsuits against the president of the United States. They run to the court systems every single time to prevent President Trump from being able to exercise his constitutional duties.
And let's be honest. I mean, they said before Trump was even going in that they were going to have judges ready to fight Trump.
Yes.
They had lawsuits already ready. So, I mean, come on. We knew let's be honest, most of these judges are liberal judges. Now, did one from Trump that got appointed? Of course, from the first term, Trump put a lot of people in positions that I'm sure he regrets. He didn't know.
Well,
right?
It's going to be a completely different story this time.
It's going to be a different story. And we also know that some of these judges looks like their family or organizations that they're part of were getting kickbacks from USAID and all these things. I mean, the rabbit hole for these judges and these Democrats is really deep.
Yep. Let me play this clip here. So President Trump is fighting back. Let me play this and then we're going to go to the phone calls. Give me a call, everyone. 319-527-3453. Listen to this. This is Trump. Then we'll go to the phone calls.
Injunction bonds whenever someone tries to challenge our policies in court, so that when they end up losing in court, and we believe that they will end up losing in court, that they can be held financially responsible for the disruption to federal activities that their actions have caused.
Right. Something they've wanted to do a long time, right? They've been looking to do this for years?
Yes, sir.
And why they just never got it?
This is a rule that's been on the books for a very long time. The Department of Justice has been very inconsistent in seeking these bonds.
From a legal standpoint, really a very big thing.
You see this? So President Trump, he does an executive order. So every single time they go and take President Trump to the courts to try to stop him from doing what's best for the United States of America, when they lose in the court system, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay big. So this is going to be a deterrent for these people pushing back. And I can only imagine how they're going to react to this. I can only imagine they're going to probably go to some radical millionaire, billionaire liberal and say, we need to fight this regardless if we lose or not. We need to fight this as much as possible. It wouldn't surprise me. But now, and you know what they do? They need to be penalized bigly because President Trump has every right. Now, when this first happened, when we found out all this information about USAID, for example, President Trump, a lot of people are saying, well, he can't stop it because, Congress has already appropriated that money to go out. It is his job to do checks and balances. And that's exactly what he did. When he realized that they were sending this money out to this fraudulent stuff, it is his job, it is his duty to say, wait a minute. Nope, we can't do that. We need to put a hold on that.
Clinton did it. Obama did it. When they cut jobs, when they cut spending, they were praised. It was like, oh, look how great they are. They hate Trump. That's the basis for everything. Not that it's based on, and the other thing is they lie. They lie. Oh, they're going after Medicaid. Oh, they're going after Social Security. No, they're not. They're talking about, oh, they're going after the VAs. Literally, the people that they're cutting in the VAs are contractors and other people that are not actually being productive enough for them to keep paying them.
Yeah.
The VA is still broken.
Yeah, it still is.
But they're going to fix it.
It still is broken. But they don't care. They want it to be broken. And they want to try to keep it broke as long as possible. That's their whole point here. That's the whole point. Okay. Give me a call. I don't bite too hard. I'm not going to keep asking you. I don't bite too hard. Some people, I don't know why. Am I scary?
Yes.
I'm scary. I'm very scary.
I'm just kidding. No, but we like to get feedback.
I really want to hear your opinion about this.
The pulse is out there. What people are seeing, what they're feeling, even as far as, with Ukraine, that keeps going back and forth. That story changes every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have some more I want to share with you from this dude. I mean, he is like, he doesn't quit.
Sorry, I know this is torture. Listen,
he doesn't quit. This dude, he's like I said, he's worse than Nancy Pelosi.
He's trying to step up as a leader for the Democrat Party.
But see, the thing is,
he's not there.
They're crumbling.
The same rhetoric he had before the election, which made them lose, he still has.
He's still doing it.
Just like Stephen A., who's going around saying, come on now, we need change. These people are not hearing it. They don't hear it.
They don't hear it. It's like you're telling someone, hey, if you're going to take this screw and you're going to screw it into whatever it is, this piece of wood, you have to go turn it to the right, just a regular screw, because there actually are some that you go the other way, but a regular screw that you go down to the hardware store and you can put in the wood, you have to turn it right.
Are you saying that they need to make a turn to the right?
Yeah. Democrats, they keep taking that same screw and they keep screwing it to the left, thinking that it's going to go in and hold the board together. That's a great analogy.
Oh,
they keep screwing the screw left, thinking that it's going to go in. Now, they push on it and you push on it a little bit and it goes down, but all it does is dig out a hole. Okay, before we go to it, let's go to the phone calls.
All right, we have Patrick from Ohio.
Hey, Patrick, thank you so much for the call.
Yes, sir. I called you a while back. I'm that 73-year-old youngster.
Oh,
you talked to a while back.
And you know what? Again, if you did not tell me your age, Patrick, I would not have a clue. What do you think, Patrick? Do you think Trump can be stopped by the Democrats?
Trump has a mandate from the people and from God.
My goodness,
nothing
yes, sir.
Nothing can stop God and nothing can stop the will of the people. Truth shall always be known. It always gets out every single time. I study history. I have been studying history. I'm 73, but I probably have put 50, 60 years into history. It's my favorite subject. I was actually placed in the state and on the history and stuff. But I've been studying World War II. I've studied patterns, the Roman Empire, the Grecian Empire, the Macedonian Empire.
Well, let me ask you, Patrick.
About all different types: Aztecs, the Mayans.
Yeah, let me ask you, Patrick. Let me ask you a question, because you're a history buff, and would you be in a history buff? Do you see what? So my person, I haven't been here as long as you have, and it's what a blessing for you to be here this long. But from what I am seeing, the Democrat Party is on the verge of total collapse. Based on like what you've seen, the patterns and stuff throughout history, what would you say?
Okay, every single civilization has had one thing in common before their downfall: a very much moral decay, lack of responsibility, there's no shame, there's no deportation about committing evil acts. Corruption is widespread. We're seeing the same pattern. And they were destroyed from the outside and the inside at the same time.
Yeah.
It's what they call the fifth column. That's what our media is. It's the fifth column. It's what's destroying our country from the inside. And the Democrats, and I borrowed that from you, Will, but that's what I call them. I say let them show their true colors. The more they do this, the more, and then they're losing their own Democrats, because people with any kind of common sense is looking at this and going, I'm not a part of this. This is not what I'm in this for. So the more they carry on their shenanigans, the more they wake people up to the real truth of what they really stand for.
I agree.
They're corrupt. They're in it for themselves. They're corrupt.
Yep.
All this stuff. The reason they're fighting Elon Musk so much is because of the corruption, and they got their hands in that. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So let me ask you. I'm pretty sure that you've seen quite a few different, State of the Unions or the president doing an address to Congress.
Not really.
Oh, not really.
I was never really into politics that much.
Oh, okay.
I was having a good time, Will. Heck, I was on my Harley. Okay.
Yeah, I remember you said that, Will.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've traveled like 6 countries. I've been to like 25, 26 states. Back at September 15th, 1978, I was staying in a hotel in downtown Cleveland. I was staying in the Frank Sinatra suite on the top floor. And I come out of there to get some air, and a bunch of guys come off the elevator, and they were dressed in black. And I went over, and I was talking to her about 15, 20 minutes. They said, well, we're tired. We're going back to rooms. And I turned around, and the bellhop says, you know who that was? I said, well, they look kind of familiar. He said, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath.
Wow.
Yeah. I got a better one. I rode the roller coaster with the Partridge Family.
Really?
In 73.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they did a show in Kings Island, and I rode the roller coaster with Bruce Dunn, that young boy, and the girl, and Shirley Park, and Shirley. Yeah, I did. Shirley Jones.
That's pretty cool.
It was wild. Yeah, I've had a pretty interesting life, let me tell you. I've had like 13 motorcycles.
Well, you know what? I do have a motorcycle, but I haven't been on it in a few years now. So
I gave them up. I can't do that now.
Yeah.
Well, hey. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, hey, Patrick, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the call, sir, and have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, but anyway, I hope I answered some of your questions. But I am a history buff, and so I tried. I'm sorry I carried on. I live alone, and I carried one of my best friends says, "Will you just shut up already?"
Oh, well, we like hearing.
Well, you know what? You're a blessing to me. You gave me a call, sir. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.
Sometime I'll call in when I won't rat on. I'll actually know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks
have a good weekend.
For what you do, Will, and thank you for the lady. I forget your name again, but thank you so much for what you do too.
Shannon. Yeah.
Shannon.
Thank
all right.
you.
Take care, Patrick.
God bless.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, we have Susan from Arizona.
Hello, Susan. Thank you so much for the call.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, it's Friday. Trump is the president. What more can I ask for?
Look, I was really mad watching the Democrats at that speech at the Congress.
Oh.
That was really, it was very childish the way that they behaved, you know, and I was so happy when they kicked Green out the freaking door. It's like, bye. It was just like, we're not going to deal with it anymore. You know, these people have lost their ever-loving minds. They have learned nothing.
Why do you let me ask you a question. Why do you think that the Democrats are, I mean, if nothing else, they're being consistent with their rhetoric. They're being consistent with their Trump hate. They're being consistent with that. But why do you think that they're not catching the whole picture here and realizing that we, the American people, we're not buying their crap any longer?
Well, you know, I think that the reason that they're doing all this is because they're mad because their money is getting cut off. You know, they're not going to have that anymore. And so they're scared, and they know that we know what they've done. You know, we're crying for justice, and these people, they just don't give a shit about justice, you know?
Let's keep it PG-13. I completely understand what you're saying. Let's keep it PG-13.
Oh, no, I forgot myself for just a minute there, but oh, my God, it just made me so angry. I was just like, wow, are you freaking kidding me? Does anybody remember what Barack Obama said about the American people? That we were too small-minded to only, you know, take care of our own lives and stuff, that we were unable to think for ourselves and that we were unable to rule our own life. Excuse me, I've been ruling my whole life, my whole dang life.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? That's typical when it comes to those on the left. They believe they know what's best for all of us, and they're trying to tell us how we should live, how we should think. And, you know, Obama, when he made this statement, I don't think he's ever cared about this country. He just wanted he wants whatever the country will give him. That's all that he cares about. Same thing with these Democrats. They only care what they can get, and they want money. They're money hungry. They're greedy.
Oh, yeah, they are greedy. And that's a horrible thing. And I've been wondering, you know, is the deep state just here in America? Because I don't think so. I think deep state is all over the world.
Oh, it is. It's a world organization. The deep state is part of the. Let me just tell you, the deep state is part of this global elites. The deep state is something that's in Europe. It's everywhere, and the deep state has been talking to Zelensky, getting him to fight Trump as much as possible. So he's not only is he fighting Russia, but Zelensky is fighting America. Because he wants money from America.
Exactly. And I think that's ridiculous that he should even ask for, that he has the nerve to come up there and demand money from us. You know, excuse me, we already sent you a bunch of money. And where did it go?
Yeah.
You know,
yep.
Where is that money? What have you done with it? I really do feel that Zelensky, the Ukraine war, is nothing but a huge money laundering scheme to send money, but it's put somewhere else. Maybe not in Ukraine itself. Maybe it went to a bank. You know, who knows? But I think that they've been sending money like crazy because it's going back into their own pockets.
Yeah, obviously. Right. There's some kickbacks going somewhere. Right. And I think that's part of the reason why they want to stop Elon Musk from doing what he's doing, because they keep digging. They're going to find all the corruption that they've been doing. They're going to find it all. So, well, hey,
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. Well, hey, Susan.
Will,
yep. Well, hey, Susan, I want to thank you so much for blessing me by calling me, and have a wonderful weekend.
You're welcome. You're a blessing to all of us. So, you know, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
Hey, Shannon. I like all this information and stuff that's getting out now. I'm glad that that's happening, and it'll be a day in heaven when we can actually see some people get arrested and put away in Gitmo or wherever they're going,
Yeah, hopefully that will come soon.
Very true. I will say one thing. It's reported that this week, one person that was here at a university that had a visa that did some anti-Semitism at one of the colleges, their visa has been revoked and ICE is sending them home. So that's one good thing.
Yeah, we're starting to see some action.
Yeah, we're starting to see. I think more things are going to start happening. Trump still has a few people he needs to put in place. And, let's be honest, Dan Bongino, is he even there yet? I mean, there's still things happening.
Dan Bongino doesn't show up until the middle of March.
Okay. Yeah, I know. So there's still a lot of people, trying to get in place. But I think here in the next couple of months, they're going to be rocking and rolling.
Yep. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I really do feel that, too, in my heart. And I feel like things are going to turn around, especially for us regular people, because, we're the low rung on the totem pole,
I hear you. I hear you.
There's a lot of people hurting.
Yep,
but we do have a lot of power, and people need to stand up and be that power. That's what needs to happen.
Yep, we gave a mandate, right, Susan? We gave a mandate.
Yep, we gave a mandate, and they need to follow it. Yep.
Yes, we did. There's only two sexes.
Absolutely.
Women.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
All right, Susan, you have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, Susan.
You too. God bless you guys.
God bless.
Take care. All right, so let me play this video clip that I have for you. You can go ahead and split screen it. This dude again. Now, the only reason why, just to let you know, I share this with you because a lot of people will never see this. I share this with you so you will be informed of what they're saying. And again, he's not getting it. They don't even realize why they lost. It's like they completely, it's not anything that we did. We didn't do anything wrong, according to them. They're not saying it out loud, but that's what they're thinking.
We have the Republicans on the run.
Oh, really? You hear this? They have the Republicans on the run. I don't see Republicans running down to USAID trying to keep the doors open, money going out. I don't see Republicans running down to all of these woke agendas trying to keep them going. But nonetheless, he says they have the Republicans on the run. I'm trying not to stop it. Listen.
We have the Republicans on the run on three core issues.
Really?
They are on the run in terms of the economy. In fact, Donald Trump and Republicans are crashing the economy in real time.
Really?
Donald Trump gave one of the most divisive speeches by a president in American history.
Are you hearing? I know I said I would not try to stop this, but this is just ridiculous. I know if I'm feeling a little triggered by the lies that's coming out of his pie hole, I know that you are.
That's true because literally
look what President Trump is putting things in place.
Literally, CNN reported that Trump's speech was mostly positive.
Oh, it was 100% positive.
And they actually liked it.
Yes.
So I thought that they were more negative in that room.
And he's still being negative. And he's still being negative.
Well, yeah. What do we expect, right?
And President Trump, he just did a deal with this Asian guy with $1 trillion deal for them to start doing chips here in America.
Yeah.
$1 trillion deal. He got these other companies coming to America, which are going to create jobs. President Trump is doing the building blocks. And he knows this, but he's trying to get out ahead of it and trying to lie about everything.
100 minutes. And he barely spent any time on the economy. Why? Because it's collapsing on his watch. They made promises with respect to lowering costs. Costs aren't going down. They're going up. Inflation is going up. You know what's coming down? Donald Trump's poll numbers. Because he is mismanaging the economy and the American people are feeling it.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're just at the 45-day mark. We have them on the run in terms of health care, particularly as it relates to Medicaid. House Democrats stand on the side of Medicaid and the American people. Republicans are trying to enact the largest cut to Medicaid in American history.
Oh, so let me get this straight. President Trump has repeated multiple times that he's not going to do anything to Medicaid other than if there's fraud in Medicaid, cut it out. Isn't it interesting that he and the Democrats are upset that President Trump is going to cut the fraud out.
Well, and there has been abuses in the in
But
Medicaid.
that's the point.
And
President
so
Trump is going to cut it out.
that.
Why are they upset that they're going to cut out the fraud?
Because lazy people are their voter base. That's why. And so they have to protect.
But they're cutting out the fraud, and they're upset.
Lazy voter block.
They're upset because President Trump is cutting out the fraud.
And listen.
They said this is going to be the biggest cut to Medicaid. No, it's going to be the biggest cut to their fraud. And that's why they keep screaming. That's the reason why Al Green got kicked out, because he was lying. He got kicked out.
Well, he did. He said he was talking about something that hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In the future, Trump, you're going to do so-and-so. In the future, shaking his stick. Listen to him.
And we need to keep the pressure on them legislatively and in communities all across the country. And partnering with you, we will be able to continue to do that. And we have them on the run with respect to the GOP tax scam, where they want to cut Medicaid, cut nutritional assistance for children and families, cut veterans benefits, and potentially cut Social Security benefits by trying to decimate the Social Security Administration. We have to continue to call them out on their extremism. We will do that. And all of that is being done in service of trying to pass massive tax breaks for their billionaire donors like Elon Musk and wealthy corporations. So we have...
Now, they keep saying that President Trump is doing tax cuts for the billionaires and the millionaires. They keep saying it, but have they ever shown any tangible proof of that? Have they actually come out and said, look, this line says this will go to the billionaires and the millionaires. This will help them. Now, when you do tax cuts across the board and billionaires and millionaires that have companies and they get tax cuts, guess what typically happens? Oh, I have more money in my company. They hire more people. That's what typically happens in these companies. And then they hire more people than the people who don't have jobs. Guess what? Now they have jobs. They're making money. The company's making more money. The people are making more money. It's a win-win scenario. But the Democrats, they don't want you to have a job outside of the federal government.
I mean, those tax cuts literally helped the economy when Trump was in office the first time for some of the things that you just listed right there. And they act like that didn't happen. Like they act like Trump doesn't already have proof that tax cuts for rich people in certain areas does work. They put that money. Listen, businessmen and women are not dumb. They know that there's investment in order to make the economy grow. When you help make the economy grow, when you get people working, guess what? That in turn helps your business strive and grow, right? They know how this goes.
Yeah. But again, like I said,
these people
they don't want people. Yeah, they don't want.
Hakeem Jeffries. These people are crooks.
They don't want people working in the private sector. They want people working in the federal government. That's why when Joe Biden was there, how many people did they hire into the federal government? And they used those numbers to fudge everything to say, oh, look, they created all these jobs. They created jobs that they out of thin air. We'll just go ahead and create jobs here. And then some of the people weren't even checking emails, weren't even doing anything. They were just collecting a check.
Literally every time those job markets were coming out, the biggest job market that was growing was the government.
Federal government.
Yep. He was literally boasting his numbers by growing the federal government, the bureaucracy.
Well, let me play this one. Here's another one from our great president, Donald J. Trump, where he's doing another executive order to stop the warfare of the government and the way they were going after President Trump. Listen to this.
Sir, your administration has made it a priority both to end lawfare and the weaponization of government and also to hold those who have engaged in lawfare accountable. One of the law firms that has been involved in that is called Perkins Coie. That's also a law firm that has engaged in unlawful DEI practices. This executive order will suspend security.
And I've watched it take place.
This executive order will suspend security clearances and access to certain federal resources for that law firm, and also launch a holistic review of unlawful DEI practices at some of the nation's largest law firms.
This is an absolute honor to sign. What they've done is it's just terrible. It's weaponization. You could say weaponization against a political opponent, and it should never be allowed to happen again. And you're looking at about 15 different firms?
That or more, sir, yes.
Okay.
You know what? He actually shouldn't have to do an executive order for that. But he's having to do this because he's fighting back against what the Democrats are doing. The country's like truly divided. I mean, it's truly divided. And I hate that I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think that these Democrats, because they know they can't stop Trump, they know they can't. Because if they thought they could stop him, they wouldn't run to the courts to try to stop him, right? They're like, okay, what do we have? What can we do to stop President Trump? What can we do to prevent him from taking the country and doing positive things and making America great again? Oh, we can go to the court system. President Trump doing executive order. So I wonder how many times now that he's done this executive order, how many times they're going to run to the court systems now? Because they've turned the court systems and they made it unlawful. They're doing it against President Trump. It's total lawfare. If the Democrats can't weaponize something against the American people, they truly don't want anything to do with it. They really don't. They're like, they can't stand it. They want to have nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. Let me share this one with you. And I do like Scott Jennings. And Scott Jennings goes on the Communist News Network. And it's like the only person that has any kind of common sense, really. None of the Democrats have common sense. And I think that's why President Trump has been saying we're the party of common sense. If it's common sense, hey, you need to kind of like go with the common sense. But Democrats, they don't even know where eggs come from, apparently. I mean, they're kind of confused on it right now. They really are.
What do you think? Well, if Donald Trump likes to be popular, he must be loving life right now because he's more popular than he's ever been. I mean, his approval. That's a low bar, though. His approval is good.
It is a low bar.
The Doge effort is popular. I don't know if you guys saw Harry Enton's reporting on this morning, but the Doge effort is popular. And he also reminded us today he's the president. He's running the country. Elon Musk works for him. The cabinet works for him.
If Doge is so popular, then why not? Then why say, oh, well, we've got to let you guys do it? And he's talking now all of a sudden. It's a reversal in tone, right? Instead of saying there's way too many people in the government, he's saying we've got lots of people that are actually pretty good.
And that's absolutely true. And I'm sure he's got cabinet secretaries saying, well, look, you hired me to run this cabinet, and I need you to give me a little bit of authority here. And I don't much care whether they use a scalpel, a chainsaw, a sledgehammer, or a Mack truck. I'm just a Republican, like all the rest of the Republicans that's wondering, how did the government get so big in the last 5 years? From 2019, pre-COVID, to 2024, we went from spending $4.5 trillion to $6.2 trillion. All any Republican wants to know is, does the government have to be this big? That's what Elon's asking.
Does the government have to be this big? Right? We were just talking about that. All of the jobs the Democrats produce are government jobs when they just make up stuff. We'll make this position, we'll create this organization and hire these people in there, and we'll just keep going after the American people that's actually working in the private sector to keep nickel and diming them to fund all of the woke agendas that we have in the federal government. You know what, to be honest with you, I thought the way the Democrats were thinking about things, they just knew that President Trump was not going to be back in the White House. They knew it. It was like, there's no way that President Trump is going to go back into the White House. It's just not possible. And see, the reason why I say that is because look how they're thinking now. Look what they're saying now. Look what they're doing now. They're still doing the exact same thing that they were doing before the election. And the reason why, part of the reason why they're still doing it, other than, them them being completely oblivious to the world that they live in. They're saying that, well, the election was close. They're actually saying that there actually was no mandate. Was it Stephen A. Smith went on the Witches of the View? And while he was on there, he was saying, no, there was a mandate. There was clearly a mandate. And President Trump is in the White House. The Republicans have both the House and the Senate. There was clearly a mandate. And then apparently Karine Jean-Pierre went on the Witches of the View after Stephen A. Smith was on there. And she said Stephen A. Smith was wrong. And apparently he took that a little personal. He took it a little personal because he did another video after that. And I was trying to find a full video on it. But there was another video where he went on there and was saying, no, Karine Jean-Pierre, you got it wrong. She's delusional. They're all delusional. And they try to say that President Trump approval rating is in the dirt. He doesn't have great approval ratings. No, actually, President Trump's approval ratings are rising, especially after his address to Congress, and the way the Democrats acted, the way they showed themselves. His approval ratings went through the roof. And one of the things that helped President Trump's approval ratings was the whole issue on the southern border. Now, you remember during the election, they all kept saying that President Trump, there's nothing he can do, or not President Trump, Joe Biden, there was nothing he could do to stop the flow of people coming across the border. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't have any authority, no power. See, these Democrats don't believe that President Trump has any authority himself. He can't do anything. And the courts, they're running to the courts again to try to stop President Trump because they don't want President Trump to do his constitutional duties. Well, listen to this one. This is amazing. It's kind of long. I'm not going to play it all, but I want you to listen to this. This is about Joe Biden.
Republicans keep saying Biden doesn't need Congress. He can stop what's happening at the border all by himself. Can you fact check that for us? Because we here all know that's not true.
Republicans have been saying, largely wrongly, right, is saying that the president can close the border unilaterally on his own. The president actually doesn't have the authority under law to do that.
There's only so much President Biden can do with executive action, and he did try to do whatever he could.
They actually are doing everything they can.
The president's hands are tied. There's only so much that he can do.
President Biden has issued certain executive orders, but there's only so much he can do within his purview.
What an intractable problem this is for the president with no easy solutions.
No easy solutions here.
There are no easy solutions here, folks.
The president insisting there's only so much he can do without Congress.
How much can actually be done quickly without Congress acting?
How would this happen without the power of the purse, without Congress getting involved?
They need Congress to act to fix the broken immigration system.
This cannot happen without Congress resourcing this.
There's only so much a president can do with his pen and his phone.
Straight up lying. So how in the world did President Trump come into office? And since he's been in office 45 days, how in the world is President Trump able to bring down the crossing between 95 and 98%? That's a lot. That's huge. How is President Trump able to do it? Because Congress hasn't done anything about it as of yet. Not that I'm aware of. Has Congress passed anything, Shannon, on the border? No. I mean, really, Congress don't have to pass anything on the border. The only thing is they just need to make sure that the laws are enacted. Right? What am I missing? We already got laws on the book. Just make sure those laws are being enforced. Make sure that people are adhering to the laws of our country. There's already laws on the book. But President Trump was able to stop it all, up to 98%. So how was that possible? Now, I just played the clip for you with all these liberal media outlets saying that Joe Biden couldn't do what President Trump just did. Are they saying that Joe Biden was being ran by somebody else? Maybe the bureaucrats, because see, that's who the Democrats want to give all power and authority to, these bureaucrats. Because a lot of these bureaucrats, they're the ones behind all these lawsuits against President Trump, because the bureaucrats are doing nothing but making money. They want to do nothing but take your money. And President Trump is bringing it to an end. They can't stop him. The only one that can stop Trump is God Almighty. That's the only one who can stop Trump. And the Democrats, they know this, but they're going to still try. They don't like the fact that President Trump is doing so many positive things. They don't like it. It's like they can't stand it. Let me play this one from Pam Bondi. And, you know, there's people are sitting on the edge right now with Pam Bondi. And I get it. I get it. Hopefully she'll come back out and she'll be hitting hard. And I guess maybe they're waiting on Dan Bongino to, you know, get into play before they actually do something. Or maybe they're going to do an all-out sting and get all these people at the same time. They have all these people think maybe they're just safe. And maybe that, you know, President Trump's not going to do anything. It's going to be like it was the first time he was in office. You remember, we all had this hope that President Trump was going to go after these people that's been doing all this criminal activity, doing all this corruption in the United States of America. We just all were hoping that he was going to be able to get to that. And, you know, he put Jeff Sessions there, Attorney General Sessions, did nothing. He got rid of Sessions because he wasn't doing his job. He put Attorney General Barr in there. Attorney General Barr didn't do anything, didn't do his job. Now he has Pam Bondi. I pray that we don't get a repeat. I really do. I hope we don't get a repeat. But Shannon, the guy that was over the New York, just really quick before I play this, the guy that was over the New York FBI department.
Yeah, the one that had the Epstein files.
They forced him out.
Yep. He resigned and he walked out. I believe it was yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I meant to get that clip. But yeah, they forced him out. The thing is, why should they have to force him out? She should have said, nope, you're fired. Pack your stuff and get out.
Well, I wonder if he got some package or something like that.
Oh, of course he did.
Because he's a government employee.
Of course he did. He got some kind of, you know, payout or something.
Do it, Larry, but they think they can do it. You've got one district judge thinking in Rhode Island, thinking he can control the money for the entire country. I mean, they think they think they control everything, and they don't. And that's why we are going after them every step of the way. The Justice Department will fight back, and we will win. We will defend EPA. We will defend the Secretary of Treasury. We will defend all of this money. And it's the President of the United States' decision who to hire, who to fire, where money goes, not these career bureaucrats.
Yeah, it's not up to the career bureaucrats to decide where money goes. And they actually believe that they're the fourth branch of the federal government. And the Democrats are fighting for these bureaucrats than they are the American people, because they're getting kickbacks. You know, President Trump even mentioned, I wonder how much kickback they're getting. Because why do you fight for something that's not going to do anything for you?
I mean, listen, if you're a sitting person in Congress and you're making what? Anywhere from $130,000 to $175,000 a year, but you're a millionaire as soon as you get there. Come on now. I mean, and you're not doing anything else but your job. That means you're making money off your position and power.
Yeah, 100%. I think there was a video with Elizabeth Warren basically complaining about Elon Musk, basically lying, lie after lie after lie. And then Elon Musk reposted it and said, how did you get your 67 million again? Remind us how you got your 67 million. Of course, she's not going to respond to that. And the last time I saw it was at 43 million views of Elon Musk's response. 43 million views. 43. And you know she had to have seen it, or someone told her about it. Or she'd be like, I'm not gonna pay any attention to what Elon Musk has to say. Wouldn't surprise me if she didn't block him. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Let me play another one really quick before we get out of here. This is Al Green. Remember, Al Green was kicked out of the President Trump's address to Congress. He was kicked out. And of course, he has a quick statement. You can leave it split screen. It's extremely short. You hear me? You can leave it split screen. It's extremely short. Listen to this.
I think we have to do as much as we can, as fast as we can, to prevent him from becoming a dictator.
Again, the same rhetoric, saying the exact same thing. Leave a split screen. Well, listen to what John Fetterman had to say about the Democrats acting the way they were acting. Listen to what he had to say. I mean, the Democrats, John Fetterman, he's one of those, the light bulb comes off, then it goes out. Listen.
Republicans have been very critical of Democrats today, saying they did not stand up enough for Trump's speech during certain moments.
I mean, I don't know why we can't fully celebrate. I mean, I have a 13-year-old myself, and I mean, thank God she's never had cancer, but I think that's something we could all celebrate that. And I think it was a touching moment. And like I said, that's part of the best of the American experience.
I mean, why not? Why not? You know why? You can take them off the screen. Because Democrats, they hate this country. Democrats hate the people in this country. They really do. They really do. That young man, he's a young black male. And the Democrats couldn't clap for him. I mean, if nothing else, clap for him. But they didn't want to clap for him because President Trump recognized him. 13 brain surgery. 13. And they couldn't clap to say, man, good for you for making it to this point. Keep fighting. They couldn't do that. They couldn't bring themselves to do it because President Trump recognized them. These people are evil, blatantly evil. All right. Hey, let me tell you about this awesome deal that I've been doing myself. Y'all need to check this out. This is called the Smart Money Strategy. If you go to JohnsonOilBoom.com, JohnsonOilBoom.com, you will see this. Smart Money Strategy. Warren Buffett just invested over $50 billion in energy. Billionaire Ken Griffin increased his oil investments by 150%. Even Elon Musk said we can't live without oil. But here's what Wall Street isn't telling you. There's a smarter way for you to profit in oil than buying stocks. It's a unique investment that allows you to collect monthly royalty checks from America's richest oil fields. You're not buying shares into a company. You're getting direct ownership in oil producing properties. And you can start with just $25. I mean, what a deal. You can learn more about this #1 oil royalty program by going to JohnsonOilBoom.com. That's JohnsonOilBoom.com to learn more about this awesome deal that you can do to where you can collect monthly oil royalty checks starting today. That's JohnsonOilBoom.com. Go check it out, everybody. All right, everybody, that is it for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video. God bless you all. See you Monday. Monday Fun Day. God bless everyone. Take care.